Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a review on the Bitfenix Survivor case and the Antec Khuler 920. First of all, it is worth noting that I have removed the front dust filter as I found it restricted the airflow too much, and I have also added a custom fan in the middle. In this system I've got an Antec 920 which is just there, I've got a GTX 580 and it's all running on an Asus Republic of Gamers Genie 2 motherboard. The CPU is clocked at stock speeds, although I have increased the RAM from 1033 to 1333. Apart from that, everything is set up as default, and I'm going to do some tests. My tests will include 30 minutes at idle. Obviously I'll have the side panel on. I will then do 30 minutes with the CPU maxed out using Prime 95. And then I will use the Unigine Heaven benchmarking utility to run that for half an hour to simulate a gaming experience, and then I shall come back with some results. But it is worth noting that I have used this system in this setup for a good few weeks now. Really impressed with it. It does help having my custom fan installed just there. And I am running using a Corsair GT120 solid state drive with the latest firmware. So that's all I've got to say for the time being. I shall come back to you in about an hour and a half with some results, so see you then. I've got the Asus AI suite currently indicating an idle temperature of 34 degrees. And I'm using real temps to measure the actual core of the temperatures. I don't know whether you can see that. Let's see if we can make it a little. Okay, so idle temperatures according to real temp is between 40 and 42. Asus AI suite is 33 degrees, which is the back of the CPU rather than the temperature sensors on the CPU. So I'm now going to run Prime 95 and let that run for half an hour and see how we get on. So let's get that started. So Prime 95, we'll just do it in the torture test. There we go. I don't know whether you can see that. Now running the CPU at maximum. Asus AI suite is agreed. It's overclocked to 2.8 gig, which is the standard Intel Smart Step stuff. So it's now. So I'll come back to you in half an hour and we'll see what the temperatures are. Early indications indicate that the Asus AI suite has jumped to 51 degrees. The real temps are indicating between 57 and 60 degrees, and the Antec software is telling me that the liquid temperature is 38.3 degrees and not much need for an increase. So we'll come back, and bearing in mind that sets to go between 35 and 45 degrees from nothing to maximum, so I'm expecting it to sort of sort itself out in a minute. In fact, I can hear it speeding up now, so we'll come back to that in just a mo. Okay guys, we're about halfway through the torture test with Prime 95. Been running just over 14 minutes at 100%. It is noticeable the amount of noise that the increase with the custom fan control set to 35 low end, 45 higher end for the liquid temperature. Results are fairly good at the moment. We have between 58 and 61 degrees on real temp. Maximum has been 62. That was just after it started, because with water cooling it takes a while to sort itself out. It's not instant like air cooling is. Asus AI Suite is indicating 49 degrees. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. Asus AI Suite is indicating approximately 49 degrees. That's 49, 50 degrees. That's the back of the CPU with a temperature sensor off of the motherboard. Hopefully you can see that. Real temps are indicating 58 to 61 degrees. Real temps are indicating 57 to 61 degrees. Maximum temperature of 62. And that's now been running 15 minutes. It's running at about 40 dBs noise, as you can see indicated from the Antec software there. Yeah, it's not as noisy as it can be, but fairly noisy. Realistically, you wouldn't want this amount of noise whilst you were playing a game, which is something hopefully that we can determine in the next set of tests, but I just thought I'd give you an update. So, okay guys, we've now been running for 30 minutes and the temperature in the room is 24 degrees, 47% humidity. Ignore the clock, it's not set right. It's just there for temperature values. I put that in front of the case to best represent the temperature of the air going into the front of the system. Okay, we've got 50 degrees on the AI Suite software. 41 degrees is the liquid temperature of the cooling, self-contained cooling system. 100% for half an hour, just under. Between sort of 58, 62 degrees on the actual CPU recorded through real temps, and the noise has been fluctuating between sort of 40 and 45 degrees decibels. Realistically too noisy to play well gaming, might get a bit annoying. So yeah, what we're going to do now is stop the tests and let the system level out. There we go, all the tests have been... Okay, temperatures have pretty much returned to normal. Just so you can see, I'm going to run the Heaven benchmarking software, DirectX 11, everything turned up as high as I can on 1920 by 1080 in non-full screen mode, so that I can keep an eye on the temperatures basically and the time, and then we'll come back to you in a while and let you know the results. So we'll just get that started. Okay, so we shall let this run for a while, best part of half an hour, same as before, and then we'll come back and let you know how we've got on. Guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe. Any comments, questions, please feel free, and if you like, please subscribe, and I shall be back with some more reviews, unboxings, things like that in the near future. Thanks, bye. On a final note, it is worth saying that both the Bitfenix Survivor case and the Antec 920 Khuler self-contained water cooling solution are both kick-ass products. Thank you very much.